Hello, and welcome. My name is Michelle. I am your emotional resilience coach. This is something that I have seen a lot of people struggle with. And I think it's because, again, society has some ideas of what loss should look like for each person. It looks different for all of us. I've also noticed that a lot of people beat themselves up when they are in loss because they have so many conflicting emotions. It's really normal to struggle with a lot of conflicting emotions. There's incredible amount for us to process. There's an incredible amount for us to accept and make peace with, and to drop the resistance against, and to essentially just make friends with, right? There's so much that we work through when we are dealing with a loss. And this could be a loss of a job, this could be a loss in a relationship, it could be a friendship, relationship with a spouse, someone you've dated. It just brings up what feels like conflicting emotions, and then we fight with ourselves because we wonder, well, what is true? And then we ask ourselves, well, what does this mean about me? Because so often loss concomitantly, and we can hold space for both, even though society has told us we can't, can be deeply tragic and something that we need to grieve. And at the same time, we can feel relief around it. And if you are having that experience, there is nothing wrong with you. It's normal. And it's good to have a look at what it is that you are grieving and what it is that you are feeling relieved about, and to process both of them and allow yourself space, and the pain and the confusion, the space to actually exist concomitantly. They're both allowed to be there. They're both allowed to be with you. So you can be really, really excited that you're no longer at a job, or you no longer have an employer, or you no longer have whatever, but you could also have a lot of fear and anxiety about a new situation that you might be going into, or you might have a lot of sadness because maybe there were going to be elements that you are going to miss. And what our brains like to do is, it doesn't like to hold both of it. Our brains like to say to us, well, choose. Which one is it? Don't be so wishy-washy. Do you want to be there or don't you want to be there? Decide. Well, I'm not there. I have decided, but that doesn't mean that I can't mourn it. It doesn't mean that I can't grieve it, right? Same as a relationship. When you finally are able to walk away from a relationship and you're finally able to let a person go, you might find yourself having a lot of conflicting emotions and having conversations with people. And somebody might say to you, but you're contradicting yourself. You're either happy that they're no longer in your life, or you're sad that they're no longer in the life. You can't have both. You can. You absolutely can, which is why you tend to go on these roller coaster emotions, where sometimes you feel like, this is amazing. This is the best thing that ever happened. And then in a couple of minutes, you might actually feel a lot of pain. You might have heartache. You might miss the person. You might wish that things could have been different. You might actually imagine how it could have been different. You might even think, maybe I can make it different, right? We go through all of these different emotions, and it is all part of the grieving process, right? We tend to believe that it should look pretty linear, and these are our steps, especially if we go through the steps of anger, denial, bargaining, acceptance, depression. We look at those and we seem to look at the order that they're supposed to go in, and we want to kind of tick it off and go, yep, 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 yep. And then when we through the one, we think, okay, well, I've done that already, and I put that at the past, and that's behind me, and so surely this is where I'm here. Why am I back here? And you know that concomitantly at the same time, you can actually have more than one going on inside of you at that moment. You can have that feeling of anger and denial, because your brain is flipping through different thoughts of this shouldn't have happened to me, or you should be thinking, well, it doesn't really matter that this happened to me, right? We're trying to suppress it. We're in denial. We kind of flip-flop through all of it, and it's not a bad thing. It's just the way our brains are trying to process and make sense of what happened. So you're not going crazy. You're not insensitive. The relationship did mean something to you. It doesn't mean that you are cold or callous or mean or anything else I've heard people being called, or it wasn't true, or you didn't really love them, or you didn't really care. That is a huge one that people like to use against you and say, well, you never actually cared about me. and none of it was real, none of it was true. Especially a narcissist would like to use that to manipulate you, to work on that sensitive spot, and for you to turn around and go, no, but I do. And then we open ourselves up again, we allow their nonsense, we beat up on us. No, 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 no. I can love you and not ever see you again. I can absolutely adore you and cherish the good times and the good moments that we had, and appreciate the lessons from the bad times that we have, but know that this road is not one that I want to go down anymore. I can miss you, I can love you, and I cannot want to have anything to do with you at all either. I can feel very sad that this has happened, and I can feel relieved at the same time that this has happened, because now I am out of it. You are allowed the space to hold both emotions. It doesn't make you fickle, it doesn't make you crazy, it doesn't make you any of these things that society has told you you are. You are a human being just processing really difficult, messy emotions, times, and scenarios that were very difficult to live through. I hope that this helps to just let you know that you're on the right path, you're doing okay, and like I always like to tell you guys, you are doing better than you realize. All right, maybe some uncomfortable emotions have come up for you and you're feeling a little bit icky. Let's breathe them out together. Hold, say something amazing to yourself, like I love you and I accept you, or you are doing a great job, or you are incredible, or anything that just really settles nicely in you. And out, I am enough. Right? Something along those lines, something that just gives you that sense of peace. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, the notifications button. And as always, I do love to hear from you. If you have any questions, please do put them in the comments below, or come on over to the Emotional Resilience Coach on Instagram and let me know there. Have a most empowered day.